The screen is black. A faint hum creeps in, deep and uneasy, like the world itself is holding its breath. A flicker of static appears, cutting to a shaky handheld shot of a night sky. There's a strange light, moving too smoothly to be a plane, too slow to be a shooting star. The camera shakes as a voice mutters in disbelief. Another light appears, then another, until the sky is dotted with them. The camera swings wildly to follow one as it grows larger, closer. It suddenly vanishes with a pop, like a light being switched off, leaving only the sound of the person's fast breathing. The feed cuts to black. An emergency alert tone pierces the darkness. The robotic voice is calm but cold. Attention! This is not a drill. Please remain indoors. Await further instructions. Across the world, similar alerts fill radios, TVs, and phones. In living rooms, families glance at one another, uneasy. In bars, people laugh nervously, assuming it's some kind of government mistake. But the mistake is assuming this will pass. The sky changes. Not all at once, but like a slow eclipse creeping across the horizon. At first it's just a shadow in the sunlight. Then shapes emerge. Immense, dark forms that seem to swallow the sky itself. People step out of their cars in the middle of highways to stare upward. In the distance, jets roar into the air. The massive objects, each the size of a city, hover silently, blotting out the sun. On rooftops, children point, smiling, thinking it's some kind of show. Someone says it must be a hologram. But then the air begins to hum. It's not a sound that's heard, it's felt, deep in the chest, vibrating bones and teeth. Windows rattle. Car alarms wail. A flock of birds erupts into the sky, scattering in panic. The first sign of hostility comes not from a weapon, but from silence. Phones lose service. Radios fade into static. Streetlights flicker and go dark. A strange haze fills the air, making breathing harder. Somewhere, far off, a deep thud echoes like a giant heartbeat. Then, without warning, a single beam of white-blue light fires downward from the largest ship, striking a skyscraper. The building glows for an instant before folding in on itself and collapsing into dust. The beam sweeps across the skyline, toppling towers like they were made of paper. People scatter in chaos. Military jets streak toward the ships, launching missiles. They never make it. Mid-flight, the missiles freeze, suspended in the air as if time itself has stopped. A shimmer ripples around them, and they reverse direction, detonating among the attacking planes. Fireballs bloom in the sky. The survivors retreat in panic. Across the world, reports pour in. Paris has gone dark. Moscow is in flames. Tokyo's streets are flooded with smoke. Somewhere deep underground, scientists analyze strange transmissions coming from the ships. The patterns are complex, like language, but no translation makes sense. The only thing they can agree on is that the signal is counting down. In cities, panic turns into desperate survival. People run toward subway stations and underground parking garages, hoping the aliens won't see them. Entire families vanish into tunnels. Makeshift barricades go up at every entrance. Soldiers set up heavy weapons along the streets, aiming at the alien drones that drift like predators between buildings. The drones scan with beams of red light, marking targets before unleashing bursts of searing plasma. Far from the chaos, deep in a mountain bunker, a group of military officers and scientists stare at a holographic projection of Earth. The alien ships are positioned over major population centers. One officer whispers that the ships aren't attacking randomly. They're searching for something. But what could be so important that an entire planet must burn? The answer may come from an unexpected source. On the edge of a shattered battlefield, a smaller alien craft lies broken, its blackened hull steaming. Soldiers approach cautiously. The hatch creaks open. A tall, armored figure stumbles out, collapsing to one knee. Its skin glows faintly, like embers. It raises a clawed hand, projecting a flickering image, a vision of a world torn apart, cities crumbling under a storm of fire. But it is not Earth. This alien's world, destroyed by something greater. It points to the mothership above, then toward the stars, before slumping forward. In the bunker, the alien's message is analyzed. The ship's shields are powered by a single core inside the mothership. The core is heavily defended, but vulnerable if struck from multiple points at once. The plan is dangerous. A coordinated strike from ground forces and space-capable craft is the only chance. Every remaining fighter, every experimental weapon, every pilot must take part. The clock is ticking. In the final hours before the attack, preparations unfold in tense silence. Technicians load weapons onto ships hidden in underground hangars. Soldiers share quiet moments, some recording messages for families they may never see again. Civilians gather in shelters, clutching whatever they could carry. Outside, the mothership glows brighter, as if aware of what's coming. The attack begins at dawn. The first wave of fighters streak into the sky, trailing smoke. Alien interceptors swarm to meet them, filling the clouds with deadly light. Dogfights rage high above as explosions blossom in the stratosphere. On the ground, armored columns push through streets choked with debris, blasting their way toward shield generators hidden beneath alien landing zones. Every block is contested. Drones swoop from above, tearing through squads with pinpoint fire. In orbit, human ships weave between alien craft, dodging beams of light that slice through space like knives. Pilots grit their teeth as warning alarms blare. One by one, shield emitters on the mothership are destroyed, the protective barrier flickering weakly. The alien fleet fights harder, as if sensing the endgame. On the ground, resistance fighters plant charges around the last shield hub. A soldier presses the detonator. The explosion rips through the alien structure, sending debris cascading into the streets. In space, the barrier around the mothership collapses entirely. The path to the core is open. A single, heavily damaged human ship breaks through the alien line. Inside sits the alien defector, its eyes fixed on the glowing heart of the mothership. It accelerates, ignoring the pounding of enemy fire. The ship takes hit after hit, armor peeling away, systems failing. In its final moments, it transmits one last signal to the human fleet before plunging into the core. The mothership erupts in a blinding white light. The shockwave tears through the alien formation, sending ships spinning into the atmosphere. On Earth, the explosion flattens buildings and shatters windows for miles. Then, silence. The mothership is gone. Fragments fall slowly through the sky, burning like meteors. Survivors emerge from hiding, blinking into the sunlight. Some weep, some cheer. The nightmare seems over. But far above, past the blue curve of the planet, shadows shift. Immense shapes drift in the darkness, far larger than the mothership ever was. Dozens of lights blink in unison, like the eyes of something ancient and patient. Somewhere deep in the wreckage on Earth, a small alien device pulses faintly, sending a signal into the void. The signal is Aunt Snow.